Hi, this shortish video provides you with an overview of the School of Political Economy, SPE, including its rationale, history, and its approach to teaching. Most universities across the world do a surprisingly poor job of providing an economics education. Indeed, in no other discipline do students so regularly rebel against the content of their instruction. They are justified in objecting. The economics curriculum is overly narrow, out of date, uncritically presented, and egregiously lacking in real-world relevance. It's a terrible situation, given the power and influence of economic ideas across society. The problem has various causes. Indeed, I reckon you could even write a book about it. But the key issue is, what can be done now to fix things? Well, I think part of the solution is to go off the grid and start teaching a better economics from outside the university system. SPE was established in 2019. It's based in Melbourne, Australia, but it teaches students from all across the world. SPE was established by myself, Dr. Tim Thornton. I currently do all the teaching. The school started as a sideline experiment, but it's now the main thing that I'm focused upon. Up until this point, enrolments have come largely via word of mouth from satisfied students and from returning students who have been keen to do the full suite of subjects that are offered. There are 4 10-week terms per year. The introductory subject runs each term alongside other subjects in economic history, comparative economic systems, and intermediate political economy. SPE adopts a flipped classroom model, whereby each week before class you view or listen to a 1-hour pre-recorded video lecture, do a couple of readings, and also ponder some questions that I provide to you. The subsequent 90-minute class discussion then focuses on the lectures, readings, and set questions, as well as your own comments, questions, and reactions. There's a 5-minute break in the middle of the session. There are a maximum of 19 students in each class, usually a bit less, in order to ensure that the discussion really hums along. Classes are conducted either in person or via Zoom. The lecture can be listened to as a podcast, so you can listen to it on public transport, cleaning the house, walking about, or viewed on your tablet, computer or phone. Each lecture comes with a detailed set of PowerPoint slides. At the end of each week, I post my own detailed responses to the discussion questions. This allows you to test and evaluate your own knowledge, and you're encouraged to get in touch with me if you cannot follow the logic or merits of my own responses to the questions. SPE's courses are intellectually pluralist, covering all the major schools of thought in political economy and economics. I wholeheartedly agree with John Stuart Mill's point that unless you understand the arguments against your own argument, you don't really understand your own argument. The School of Political Economy is not a university. It also goes out of its way to be informal and relaxed. You can comfortably learn as much or as little as suits your particular purposes, and there are no exams, and at no point will you be put on the spot in group discussion. That said, I'm genuinely interested in seeking to provide you with whatever depth of learning you are seeking, and to provide you with ways to self-assess your own learning. For the keen and ambitious, I offer extra readings, and if you have particular or advanced interests, I can usually organise something bespoke for you to read, and we can usually discuss any interests that you have. You can not only ask questions during the tutorials, but any time before or after. I can happily field these questions via email, phone or Zoom. In terms of my own expertise, you can see from my CV on the SPE website that I have got the expertise and experience to do the job that I've set for myself. And it's a job that I take great pleasure and satisfaction in doing. SPE can offer you an exciting, illuminating and empowering intellectual journey. However, I can't currently offer you accreditation. As I say, it's not a university. It's actually set up to be an alternative to a university. So, SPE's courses might not be for you, particularly if you're primarily seeking university accreditation. Also, SPE may be redundant if you're fortunate enough to have access to a university that can offer similar courses. However, Even if you're planning to do such a course, you might still want to consider doing SPE as a preparation so that you arrive on campus in an already strong position so you can then get the most out of your studies. SPE might also be a complement to any university course you're currently doing. The cohort is diverse. Among the hundreds of enrolments thus far, we've had ministerial advisors, journalists, academics, PhD students, undergraduates, consultants, artists, activists, people from NGOs, people not currently in paid employment, people who might never have had the opportunity to go to university. Everyone is welcome at the table, and I also know that everybody brings something unique to the table. Actually, the people that are attracted to do these courses are the stars of the show. Because they're chasing the knowledge rather than particular credentials, it's turned out that they're a particularly intellectually curious, passionate and highly motivated student cohort. You can believe this or not, but the general level of engagement has been higher and the level of class discussion has been deeper than anything I ever encountered in all my years of university teaching. Let me now explain the name of the school and my take on what political economy is as an area of knowledge. Political economy is very much the preferred term for the work that I do. I prefer the term political economy over economics, and even heterodox economics, because for me, it better captures the reality that the political and the economic are often very tightly connected. Political economy is also an attractive term because it's the original name for economics. And given that much of the early pioneering work was interdisciplinary and pluralist, it just adds to the appropriateness of the term. Modern political economy studies the social provisioning process, how society does and does not get the goods and services it needs to flourish. Political economy is economics in context, in that it regularly incorporates the social, political and environmental context in which economic activity occurs. And so this makes it a type of unified social science in some respects, albeit one that's specifically focused on social provisioning. Much work in political economy is progressive in nature, seeking to better understand the world in order to improve it. Political economy has common ground with economics in that it studies the production and distribution of goods and services. However, the various schools of political economy adopt a broader and deeper mode of analysis than usually occurs in the economic mainstream. Whilst SPE's primary focus is on the teaching of political economy, I always include some teaching of standard economics. This is appropriate for several reasons, including the fact that it increases your capacity to assess rival claims about the causes of and solutions to various economic, social and environmental challenges. We currently teach 4 courses. SPE 101, An Introduction to Political Economy and Economics, introduces the major schools in political economy and economics. SPE 102, The Evolution of the World Economy, is economic history. It starts with the emergence of capitalism and focuses on the big events in economic history that have occurred since that time. SPE 103, Comparative Economic Systems, looks at different types of economy, including diverse forms of capitalism and socialism, in both theory and practice. The subject is designed to assist your capacity to think productively, critically and creatively about the economic systems of the present and future. SPE 104, Intermediate Political Economy, currently is a capstone subject, where we drill down a bit further into issues such as money and banking, inequality, unemployment, inflation and deflation, and various applied issues, tools and techniques. There is detailed information about each course on the SPE website. If current times and dates don't work for you, then contact me and let me know what times and dates would suit, and let's see if we can put together a discussion group for you. Anybody interested in exploring the idea of enrolling can get free access to the first week's learning materials for each subject. Just contact me via the SPE webpage and I will arrange access for you. Furthermore, if for some reason you find a course is not for you, I can provide you with a full refund if you can just let me know within 7 days of registering. Okay, I think that'll do. Do feel free to get in touch if you're interested, or let anybody know. who you think might be interested. Best regards and take care.